good. When you fail in life, what goes on through your mind? Do you feel like giving up right at that moment? Or do you want to keep working harder and harder and harder till you finally succeed and reach your goal? Yogi Berra once said, "It ain't over till it's over." Now, what does this quote mean? This quote is implying that you shouldn't count yourself out till it's really over. I have 3 examples to justify this quote. To start off, I'm pretty sure everybody here has heard about Marvel Comics. Yes, the same Marvel Comics that's brought us characters like Spider-Man, the Avengers, Hulk, and antagonists such as Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, and many, many more. Who would have thought that this company would have been in a deep financial crisis? I'm here to tell you today that it was. Marvel went bankrupt in 1996. Unfortunately, everybody had forgot about this illustrious brand. Inventors simply abandoned this 57-year-old company. Everybody had given up hopes about revival except for one man, Isaac Perlmutter, who was a member of the board of directors of Marvel. This is one of the greatest turnaround stories in the history of corporate America. Isaac saw opportunity where others saw despair. He saw bright light at the end of the dark tunnel. Isaac merged his own company, Toy Biz, with Marvel Comics to create Marvel Enterprises. He single-handedly lifted Marvel out of bankruptcy in 1998 and helped them regain their position as the best comic store in America. My second example is not a famous person or a celebrity, but she is a supreme example of how determination, grit, and I'll never give up attitude can help you become successful. This is the life and story of Kathleen King, a lady who created, lost, and rebuilt a multi-million-dollar cookie empire. Yes, I said it, cookie empire. By the age of 11, Kathleen had mastered the art of baking cookies. She sold them at her family's roadside stand. By the age of 21, Kathleen had opened her own bakery in Southampton, New York. She had decent business until one day, a New York Times reporter came to her bakery. He saw how much effort she put in pleasing her customers and how good her cookies tasted. He wrote an article about her in the New York Times News. This changed Kathleen's world. Right after that, she was overflowed with orders all over New York for her delicious cookies. At the age of 40, she decided to hire a partner to her well-established business. This partner backstabbed her. Yes, backstabbed her, and kicked King out of her own company. To make it even worse, he badmouthed about her to business associates. Kathleen was devastated. She was disheartened, but not for long. With the help of some locals in Southampton, she opened a new business known as Tate's Bake Shop. In 3 years, she was back at her $3 million mark. And today, Tate's Bake Shop bakes 1.7 million cookies a week. And sells them worldwide in supermarkets and Whole Food stores. My third and final example is Dyson. James Dyson, who is most famously credited for creating bagless vacuums. Most people think that inventors are born with a knack or skill to create. But the truth is, that's not true in most cases. Inventors are built. They put in as much effort and work as possible to become successful. James created the DC-01 in 1993 and brought it to the market. But the struggle for him to make it was unreal. He failed 5,296 times before finally creating a successful product. By his 2,246th product, he was nearly penniless. He was almost broke. by his 3,246 prototype, his wife had already started giving art lessons to earn some cash for the family. Any ordinary mortal would have given up under such difficult circumstances. But James held his ground. He did not accept defeat. He was chronically optimistic for his resolve to solve his problem. In his own words, he said that every failure brought him closer to solving the problem. Finally, he made it big time. To conclude, all three of these examples prove that Yogi Berra's quote, "It ain't over till it's over," is absolutely true. They all are saying that you should not let failure bring you down, and you should use negativity as motivation to keep working harder and harder. It's not over till it's really not over until it's actually over. Kathleen did it. James did it. Isaac did it. If calamity strikes in your life, will you? Thank you.